Debt to income hits all-time high amongst households.
Hmm.
Why does this concern you? And are there any stocks you are looking to invest in as a result?
Yeah, I was searching all over to find a real estate stock that I really love. And I really can't find one. The only one that would play favorably in this would be JP Morgan. Um, I think at some point in 30 years, they're probably just like in accounting, there's a big four, and we're almost there now. I think there will probably be like four big banks and then just like small community branches or small community banks, and that's it. There won't be any regional or like mid-sized banks at all. But the reason why it concerns me is like if you're going for a $200,000 house and your income is or your debt is 100 grand, like the ratios are really skewed. But what is really showing that scale through every class, middle class, upper class, lower class, that everyone is having like a tighter time. Like I keep saying it. I don't think these artists went on tour, and I don't think Drake wants to be on tour, but I think somebody probably told him and Beyonce, you need to go on tour to not only increase the resolve of and the joy of American citizens, but you need to collect money off of this one tour for the next 4 or 5 years for the opportunities that may come and to protect you and your family that you have to provide for. When the debt to income ratio is higher, shout out to everyone that does mortgages, but when we're at a rate past 2006 and 2007, and no one's saying that we're in a bubble currently, I think that we're in a lot of trouble. Of course, Apple, Microsoft, VOO, VTI will do well in any environment. The only time I think Apple will start to fall apart is if interest rates get to 15%. I highly doubt we ever get there. But JP Morgan is like the only player that I think will be able to survive any kind of market because of the relationships that they have with the government. On the real estate side, there's not many I love. Even in that space, Blackstone and BlackRock are the two most important players and market makers in the real estate space. And they've done it by design. I think of it like this: a hedge fund and a bank switched their strategy to buying commercial properties across the world and wanted to become the world's biggest renter. Of course, there was pushback that they didn't have as many units as once thought, but they're making a concerted effort to be able to have income when all the tech valuations went to shit and when the startup market fell as a result. They didn't do this by accident. I think they know that we're going to go back to a real environment where real businesses are going to have to produce real profit, real products. And because we outsource so much, we didn't provide enough education inside of our schools to make us prepared for the tech sectors or for the jobs that we're outsourcing by design, as a part of the agreement to be able to outsource overseas, and then end up messing up our economy. So JP Morgan, BlackRock, Blackstone are the three that I like as a result, but debt to income ratio being this high, that's not going to be good.
Is there a number? Is there a percentage that you know, I mean, if you read reports, people tell you anything under 35% would be a good debt to income ratio?
I mean, I'm going off my mortgage professionals. It really needs to be like 30, ideally. But to be this high, like, and then America's debt to GDP is like, so when the consumer is technically broke and the country is technically broke, and this is the reason why historically America has had to be in markets that were not filled with integrity. That poison index of food, pharma, alcohol, tobacco, that's by design. And we factor in the military industrial complex, the prison industrial complex. You know, it's our best, even if you throw in like Meta and Instagram and LinkedIn, like the social dynamic that's there, that's not great for our mental health. That's why like our mental health business is able to come about, because there's so much poison in our airways produced of Wi-Fi, radiation being everywhere. Like most of the things that we have produced in this country, even going to fossil fuels, like have a negative effect on the environment and our body. So, but the fun part about investing is if you can find a way to buy the right companies at the right time, you can take care of your family forever. But I will say you need to start looking at some emerging markets. I'll just be out here getting a little tequila sunrise, These are just jokes for my dad. This is a light Coke sector Coca-Cola rotation, right? You have to come out here and actually see. So when I was at same thing, when I was out here talking to some of the locals, what does tourism look like here? This is my second place I've asked. Down 70% here. You can see it. I went all around, went to all up the shoreline yesterday. I saw 46 cars on a 50-minute ride on a Saturday. You know what that tells me? Broke. Whole country, whole world is broke, with the exception of certain pockets, which is the 1%, and the 1%, they had to go to quiet luxury to not throw in your face. I got on Lauren Piano. It's tough times, but this is when the best businesses are made in the toughest of times.